You know who Creed Bratton is, right?
I don't know.
Okay, hold on. it's, it's some of my weirdness of conversations. Like we talk about this family all the time in Chicago, the Gallaghers. Remember the Gallaghers? Frank, Fiona, you know. Creed, man, it's Creed.
The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see Creed. Now, here's a funny story about Creed, okay, about The Office. They didn't write for him at all. Everything he did on the show was ad-lib. He had absolutely no script. He had no script whatsoever.
It was all improv?
All improv. And he was actually a musician in the 60s.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's actually he was a touring musician in the 60s. Like, legit. The guy's crazy. And his real name is Creed Bratton. That's what's crazy about it. Here it is.
I never knew any of that.
Yeah. Creed Bratton, born William Charles Schneider, February 8th, 1943. American actor, musician, former member of the rock band Grassroots, but he's best known for playing the fictionalized version of himself on the NBC comedy The Office. But yeah, he actually, traveling musician, global excursion, traveled through Europe, Africa, Middle East, played guitar with the large folk festivals in Israel, appearing with his group, the Young Californians. That eventually evolved into where he got into the Grassroots.
He was a member of the Grassroots? That's crazy.
He was in 1965 was created. Goes on to talk about the Grassroots top songwriters offering, all the different things, the songs. He was involved in the Wrecking Crew, the bunch of LA studio musicians. He was one of those for a while.
That's a great documentary if you've never seen that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really good documentary.
What's it called? The Wrecking
Crew.
The Wrecking Crew.
It's back like Sinatra era, basically, is where I guess you would call it.
All the way
right?
through the 60s.
Yeah. You'd have like the Rolling Stones, using my prime example because they were one of them. They'd come in and Jagger would be singing, but they would have studio musicians putting everything together, and then the band would learn all the music and then go on the road and tour. So they didn't, aside from the singer, nobody that was in the band was actually in the studio during that era.
There were certain bands that couldn't perform in the studio, so these guys would basically play all the instruments, and then the band would go out and play the songs live. They weren't good enough to get it in one take or two takes, or we're talking back when they were recording only 4 tracks, so they didn't have all these overdubs that they could do. You had to be pretty much perfect, and the whole band was playing in the same room. So they had these people who were just killers. They could go in one take, they would read the chart one time and they would play the song. And
yeah, people are just more studio musicians and don't actually perform with the band or tour.
Exactly.
But they're still really good. Like, was I thinking of Buckethead?
Yeah.
Who's an amazing guitarist, but he performs, I guess, by himself, but he's not
his problem is he is a complete introvert. That's why he has that whole get up.
Yeah.
I just read an article about him not that long ago. He has horrible stage fright. That's where the mask comes from. That's where the Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket came from.
Wow.
And I didn't know this. He's 6'7".
Oh, God.
Oh, is he that tall? Wow, that's huge. Yeah. So he's kind of feels awkward and self-conscious. Yeah.
But talk about one of the greatest guitar players to ever pick up the instrument. Holy crap. He invents scales and notes that I didn't know could fit into a composition.
Yeah. The Wrecking Crew is on Netflix, Mike.
Okay.
It was in 2008. I'm trying to find a little description of it, but everything I'm clicking on.
I think I've maybe seen seen it there, but didn't really look into it as far as looking at more.
It's definitely worth watching for sure.